Have you ever went to a doctor's office and then had to sit and wait for what seemed like forever? I know I have. It wasn't until I became a medical assistant that I knew why there were so many long wait periods. And other times I went in there, I got in and out. I hope to shed some light to all of you as to why there could be issues with when you wait at one point and then the next time you go in there, you could probably get in and out. There are many reasons that there are longer wait times. For instance, if you come before your appointment, say you arrive an hour before your appointment, there could be 4 or 5 patients ahead of you. Therefore, you will have to wait until it is your appointment time to be seen, unless somebody doesn't show or a patient happens to cancel by then. Then I'm sure the doctors, they normally try to work you in their spot. Another wait time is if there's a new patient that the doctor might be with, it might be taking longer for him with that patient because he might have to get a lot more history. You have to get the family history, the patient history, the medication lists. When he comes in and after he does all of that to establish primary care, then he might have some issues going on that the doctor would have to address with that. Technical issues. I know at my office, our internet comes in and out just like at home. If that is the case and the system goes down, then we have to go to our paper chart. So then we have to find everyone's paper chart. The doctor looks over it before he goes back with the patient. If he had lab work done, x-rays or anything like that, then we will go and get those, and so the doctor has them to read. Sometimes you'll have to wait longer because we're waiting on an x-ray report to come through, possibly another doctor's office to call us back to give us a report of if we sent someone to a specialist on everything that went on. Other reasons there could be waiting time is because when a patient comes in with, say, just a cold, we might take their blood pressure, and it might be low or it might be high, and then we'll have to walk them to the hospital and admit them. The office that I work at is next door to the hospital, so if somebody comes in with an emergency type issue, then we have to get a wheelchair and stroll them out the back into the hospital, and the doctor has to call and admit them. That takes longer. So if you're out in the waiting room and this is going on, then you'll have to stay there and wait until we get back and we can come put you back into the room. There's other things. If somebody comes in and we have to draw blood or give them a shot, they could be a free bleeder and then make a mess, and we'll have to clean up and sterilize and make sure the room is completely sterile before we bring any other patients back. I work for 2 doctors. I work for a primary care doctor and an endocrinologist. If somebody comes in with low blood sugar or high blood sugar, then we'll have to give them diabetic tablets or insulin injections. Once we do that, then we have to make sure that the insulin or those sugar tablets regulate their blood sugar before we can release them. If it doesn't get regulated, then same thing, we have to get a wheelchair and wheel them to the hospital and make sure that we can admit them. Emergencies. If somebody comes in just for a regular checkup and we're listening to their heartbeat and it sounds irregular, we might have to do an EKG. So somebody in a 15-minute time slot could turn into a 30-minute patient. So then we would have to, if we perform an EKG on them and it shows it's abnormal, then the same thing. We have to take them to the hospital, admit them in there, let the nursing staff know what's going on with them so they can get them back and get them treated before it becomes serious. This is just a little bit of, just a few issues that could arise at a doctor's office for longer wait times. However, the Biomedical Journal had an article in it, and it showed that patients who stayed in the room longer with the doctor, more than 5 minutes, they were happier to wait in the waiting room. So the longer you're in there with your doctor, the better results you're going to get, the better treatment you're going to get. You just want to base it on how you'd want to be treated. If you don't want to be in there and rush through your appointment, you shouldn't expect somebody else to be rushed through your appointment.